What is up, dudes? Getting all set up here. It's probably about to scream. Sharing things out. We're hanging out. I'm doing a little hangout stream tonight. Getting things together. Working on books and things. We're doing these smoke break streams now. We just hang out, talk about shit, go over things going on in the world. What is up, Institute? Our normal intro music guy. I made a metal one to fuck with Ryan and Jeff this week, and it ended up failing to fuck with them because they also loved it. It's the Get Hyped intro, and then we got our normal Institute one with the Camp Rainbow theme, which is still personally my favorite, but I also like the Tear Out the Heart, scream in your face. We're gonna talk a bunch of shit about nonsense, setting the mood for the night, but then we can go into the audio level. StreamYard seems to change every time I stream, but we're dialing it in. What is up, dude? I'm just getting set up here, hanging out, listening to murder documentaries and all sorts of weird shit lately, prepping for another book, which technically already has the script done, and some of you have read it if you're patrons, but it wasn't in a comic book script format, so I gotta work on editing that down into a proper comic book script, and then get going. Deleted my comment. What did you say? What is up, though, Colin? I don't know if that was YouTube or what. No comment even popped up on StreamYard. YouTube doesn't like me questioning your virtue. Oh, that's right. YouTube covering my ass. That's what I put in the blocked comments bar for YouTube, was no questioning my virtue. And the algorithm does a pretty good job of weeding those comments out. Yeah, no, I don't know what that was. You can try and ask it again, I guess. StreamYard has been a little strange this week. We were having some issues tonight during Kayla's interview as well with Edwin Acevedo. Things take a really long time to load or just don't connect at all. It was strange, but we made it work. And I guess, how dare you question my virtue, Colin? I'm so virtuous. No, I don't know. What's up, dudes? We're hanging out. I packed up some more stuff for the campaign tonight while Kayla was doing her interview. I need to figure out the best way to ship out the international packages, because a lot of you guys got like shirts and stuff. So, slut was the word. Yeah, I called you a lady of the night, and that's funny because I think like I'm not even sure we have any words banned on our like YouTube banned words. They have like a little feature for that, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do, but I think they've added a bunch of just like blanket terms that they automatically ban from chat now, which is really stupid because we're also marked as a channel that's not for kids and stuff like that, so we don't get cycled in with any of that, because I'm not a fucking animal. Like, I don't want like little kids watching our stuff, obviously. Maybe when, we get an all ages book out or something, we'll worry more about that, but the online thing has always sort of been like a this is for the big boys. hanging out, having a good time, all I was gonna say all stage, Jesus, backstage access to the Death Curse boys. And Jeff and Ryan hate it. They hate how much of an open book I am because it sets a weird bar for them that they feel like they're obligated to live up to for some reason. But yeah, I'm hanging out. I've been working on outstanding violations. I got some bundles together again. I printed out the 5x7 sketch blanks to cut out for the original City of Rock campaign. So I'll be able to start working on those probably this next week. This week was a little bit crazy with the day job and everything going on. I forgot the girlfriend was leaving for a business trip for the next couple of days, so I actually have the house to myself right now. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much work done while she's gone. Death Curse can publish Tash's kids book because Jeff is the pencils. I'm definitely open to it. We're actually, me and Kayla have been talking about that, and I don't know if it's going to be like open submissions and stuff, because that's a whole nother workload that we just don't have time for at the moment. But that's something I've been talking to her about figuring out for the new year, because like we always said, we do want to like actually tangibly help up and coming creators actually like get their own foothold in the community, even if that just means, you know, helping them just get their first book out to sort of learn the ropes and everything, and then, you know, let them loose from the nest and let them go out and flourish on their own. Because again, we're not trying to leech off of indie creators. We want to help people as much as we can, but we're a very small operation, obviously. Like we're lucky. We're looking at print runs right now of like 500 books on the indie guys we're talking about, and we're hopeful that, you know, we can continue to sell through stuff and expand, and maybe in a couple of years we'll be bigger than we are now. But we're being very smart and realistic about it while we're actively not in a recession. Wink, wink. And yeah, we're going at a steady pace that we know we can handle, even if it takes a year or whatever to sell out of stuff. We'll get it done. But like you said, Jeff on pencils, that's already a pretty good sell for me. And it's more of a thing of like, if we think we can do something for you, and, you know, even if we don't end up publishing, you know, my DMs and my door's always open for helping out with the ins and outs of publishing and stuff. If it's going to be more of like a traditional children's book too, that stuff kills. You guys could get that up on Amazon's like platform, because they do sort of like a print on demand small print run setup now. I think it's like Amazon KDP or something like that, Kindle Direct Print. But there's some people who really make a killing on there doing children's books and all ages stuff that aren't necessarily the comic book format. Because that's originally what I was considering doing with Outstanding Violations, was writing it as a novella and releasing chapters on their new God, I don't even remember the name of the platform now. It's like Kindle Spark or something like that. But it was basically a program for Kindle where people could like spend tokens and read chapters of your story in little piecemeals. I know it's the Cat and Little Girl story I paid Jeff to do a page for. Yeah, I remember seeing something for it a while back. And obviously, you know, I'm a sucker for Jeff's art. So again, it's not a hard sell. And I think he'll do a fantastic job when you are ready to cross that bridge. Like I said, we will talk. We'll figure out the best route for you guys. That could be a thing where, you know, you self-publish and you guys take off on your own. I'm not sure how that stuff does on Indiegogo, but with the right pitch and everything, you could definitely kill it. That's why we've also been talking a bit more about actually doing an all ages comic book for the Death Curse stuff that would be sort of Halloween inspired. I think realistically it makes sense to aim for Halloween 2023. So, a year and a couple months from now. But I think it'd be really cool to just release like an all ages one shot that's something fun that harnesses the Halloween spirit. And I'm kind of trying to like coax Ryan into doing it. Ryan's got some fucking cool ass ideas too for some horror stuff as well. So it's looking like as the ball keeps rolling, we got me and Jeff will be on Return to Camp Rainbow intermittently. We're finishing up Can't Kill Cade, and we'll be doing Hellseekers regularly. We still obviously have to pitch that to Pete at Alterna and whatnot, and go through the motions with that and see if he even wants it. If not, we'll figure that out from there. Maybe we'll do them as just like Death Curse editions or whatever if he's not into it. But we will figure it out, and we'll be doing basically our mainline book at Death Curse will be Return to Camp Rainbow for the next couple of years. We've been slowly chipping away behind the scenes at Kayla's debut book, which is Crimson and Alabaster, which some of you guys saw a preview cover that we basically surprised Kayla for her birthday last year, and commissioned the artist to do that, and start sort of putting a slow promo package together to show that off, because we've had the idea and everything for a while. It's sort of something I cooked up, and then we reversed the roles, and I was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something real simple. It's as if Death Curse were a real big publisher, and we hired her to come in and write one of our properties. And I can't legally do that kind of stuff, Colin. You cannot talk about that right now. That's why the submissions and stuff is things I need to talk with a lawyer about, but we can't just take open unsolicited things. So hold on to Addicted until we figure out the submission stuff more. But Kayla's book is going to be a good time, and that's another, I think we envisioned it as like a 4-issue miniseries or collected all together as a graphic novel and just released all at once. But it's vastly different from City of Rot and Return to Camp Rainbow and everything else we had planned at the time. We want to do a little one shot with Padrino, but we scooped him up and tried to get him on a book, and we had him locked in, and then we basically had to put everything on ice for a year with all the printer stuff. So I told him not to wait around on us, and he got off into the world and did Dwarfs vs. Lions and a bunch of other stuff. He's flying now. The boy is a busy man. We love to see it. No, free idea. I don't care. I just want someone to hear the idea. I just spun up this morning. I can't. Like, that's the thing is I don't want to hear it for the chance that it could possibly parallel anything we already have working behind the scenes. Like, we now legally have to operate like that. It's just one of the necessary evils of the industry. Just can't take open unsolicited submissions that aren't like through the proper channels anymore. Boo is boo. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's businessman Spencer having to be businessman Spencer, but it's for the safety of all of us. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. Kayla's stuff will be a lot of fun. We have the music release we're working on. Some film stuff we definitely want to do. It just all hinges on getting back on track. If we don't sell through all the damages and everything before October, and I'm talking to Kayla, we might not, cancel the what's it called, event. We might just go with the damaged copies and sell them at a severe discount. That mullet really changed you. You really are business in the front now. Yeah, man, it sucks. I'm a monster. I hate it. I don't have the brain to write it nor the skill to draw it. Oh man, that's where I'm at right now with the book I'm about to do. So, uh, the Patreon is being restructured and everything. All you guys will still be getting hoodies and stuff like that. I haven't forgotten about you, Colin. I haven't forgotten about any of the dudes. Most of that stuff was ordered way back when I had messaged you guys about your sizes. So we've had all of that stuff in for quite a bit now. Once it's printed and everything, that the shirts for the campaign, anything else you got, that'll all get shipped out. And basically the Patreon is switching over to what we wanted to do for a while, where it's going to be it'll have the podcast on there. We're finally, I know after saying this for like 2 fucking years, going to be able to upload the pages and stuff like that. We'll probably do like 2 pages a week of a book or whatever, and start slowly releasing stuff digitally. There will be a Dropbox that'll be like a backlog for our Patreon backers of a certain tier. That'll just be a full folder of digital books that you'll be able to check out as you go. They'll be released at random times after the book has been out for a couple months or whatever, but it'll eventually have the digital of City of Rot in there. It'll have the digital of Return to Camp Rainbow. You can pop online, read them, download them to your phone, download them to your iPad, whatever the hell you want to do. But those will be available there. The Sticker Club is most likely going to be a quarterly thing to start, unless we start getting a bunch of patrons and can justify doing it as a monthly thing or whatever. We're going to do it as a quarterly thing. And I'm thinking possibly doing a trading card as well. Yeah, the beanies are still getting printed. That's part of the campaign. So the ones for the campaign are getting printed. We actually, the new printer that's doing the direct to garment shirts for the new campaign can do embroidery and stuff like that. So we're going to talk to them this week before I was going to send out the order for the beanies. Going to talk to them this week. We might be able to get a better rate doing it with all the shirts and everything with them. But that hinges on time frame and everything. But beanies are still a thing. That new printer, we're also talking about future merch releases and stuff like that. So maybe an Institute 91 shirt somewhere down the line. Some other stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. We will also I've said it already, but yeah, we'll be looking into to future merch for Death Curse releases probably in early 2023. But we'll have stuff like that lined up and be getting all of that in order. But the new shirt printer is locked in for all that merch and stuff. And then like the simple one color designs, I will most likely still be printing in-house unless it just becomes too much work for me and I can't do it anymore. And then we will just have the printer that we're now working with in New York do all of the future stuff. But we'll get it all streamlined, working good. I'll still most likely be doing all of the fulfillment myself. I don't want to outsource that because I really like being able to be like, hey, I packed up all that stuff personally myself. Spencer's hands were all over your books, and that's why they got to you safely, or didn't. If they got there fucked up, it's my fault and no one else's, and I can't pass the blame on anyone, pass the buck. I just have to own up for it and always try to be the best we possibly can be for people and provide the highest forms of entertainment we know how to provide. But yeah, the new book I'll be working on, some of you guys have probably read the screenplay already. It's Outstanding Violations. I was kicking around the idea of possibly doing it with Gambino, but it's kind of one of those things that's like so fucking ridiculous and over the top and offensive and foul that it's probably a bad idea to wish that kind of evil on a creator, let alone a guy who's just really breaking out into the comic scene like full blast and trying to get his work out there to people. I don't want to kneecap Anthony's career in any way. So I'm thinking I'm just going to draw it myself. and make it really fucking sloppy and messy and gory and ridiculous. And I've been studying, I say simpler styles, but they're still wildly complicated. People I really like, the Zafino boys, obviously, that I talk about a bunch, are very like messy brushwork that I love. Jorge. Oh my god, why can't I think of the other one's name right now? Holy shit. I can't think of the other Zafino. What is it, his son? Holy shit. My brain is fried today. Sorry, guys. But yeah, the Zafinos. I really like Josh Hickson's stuff. I think it was Shanghai Red was the first time I saw his stuff on a book. There's also what was the other one? Obviously, Walking Dead. Charlie Adlard is a another one that's like a simpler style, but like works for effectively conveying a simple story. Yeah, but I'm working on that. I'm going to be translating all of that to comic script and probably start putting the script up on the Patreon in pieces as I'm getting it together and figuring things out. I'm also going to be like, sketching really rough layouts and things and slowly tightening those things up. It's going to be a very slow process to start, but I have this really vivid image in my head of what I want for the cover. So I'm probably going to start with that since it's essentially like another big one shot. I can basically do the cover first and set the tone with that. Had an idea for it for a while, so I just need to come up with like an interesting composition for that. Put it all together. And pencil it, because I also think I'm going to hire an inker for the cover to make me look real cool on the cover. Because again, I have a distinct style I want to go for with that. And then I got some weird ideas for colors because I want it to kind of be a strangely colored book. What was that new one? It was like a DC book. I believe it was Greg Smallwood did. Was it Human Target? It's technically like a Tom King comic, but Greg Smallwood's art on it is fantastic. And I've actually been meaning to pick up this trade. I really dug everything I saw of Smallwood's colors and everything on it. Lots of like weird color hold work and stuff like that. I'm gonna share some of it. Me ranting about it doesn't do it justice. Here we go. Yeah, this book. This is like very bright and colorful and really fucking cool looking. Very, very different, weird color palettes. I dig it a lot. I literally just wanted to pick this book up for like color reference. But I want to try doing something weird like this with kind of a limited color palette. But that's done with something super fucking violent. Just super violent, weird, and over the top, but kind of like a creep show, horror movie, like kind of theatrical lighting and color effects. Just because I think it'll be a fun mashup, a real weird vibe. Yeah, I love these white line color holds on the glass and stuff like that. just really simple little effects that go really far. And then like all the line work and everything, and if you look in here is like in the chair there, the lines are actually gray lines. The lines on the gold accents of the chair are actually like a darker gold. They're all done in a color hold, so very few of the lines are actually like a true black. It's like a true black on facial details and certain things like that pull your eye in, and then everything else is actually a color, which is a really smart way of kind of pulling. It's like pulling focus in a comic book. It draws the reader's eye directly to where it's supposed to be. My cats are going nuts, but yeah, it works. It works really well, and it looks pretty fucking cool, in my opinion. Don't buy that comic, Spencer. It's a Tom King book. You must get it, acquire it, Jack Sparrow style. Yeah, no, it's a Tom King book, so I'm literally gonna I'll. It's probably on Amazon for like half the price it normally is, but Smallwood's an amazing artist. Always support Smallwood stuff if you see it. Like, it's a damn shame we never got his Midnight Suns series he was trying to pitch to Marvel. But Smallwood's one of the few guys right now, like in the industry, that's really like pushing the limits art wise, and actually, I think, trying to do new and interesting things. This also reminds me a bit of Jason Latour's Loose Ends, if you've ever heard of that book. I think he just wrote that one. But that's another one with a really interesting art style like this. Actually, hang on a second. I might still have a copy on my shelf. I don't know if I put it in a short box or not. Let me check. There we go. Yeah, so I actually got to meet Jason years ago. I think it was actually the year I met Kayla at Boston Comic Con. I met Jason. But real nice guy from my experience, and he did this this Southern crime romance, as he calls it, Loose Ends, and it has a very, very similar coloring style. It's kind of like a neo-noir coloring style that's really interesting, and then the ink work all looks like fairly rough brushwork, which I really dug. It's super violent. Yeah, just some reference and things I've been looking at while I'm getting my shit together for my comic, and I don't know yet if I'm going to like pencil digitally and then print it out in ink traditionally or what. I do want to have pages for if I do a campaign for it, but that'll be weird to finally be doing something where it's like, this one's all me. It'll be a shitload of work. It'll be years down the road, but be real weird to just run one where it's like, yeah, I did this. And like I said to Ryan and Jeff the other night, Spencer Desmond's Outstanding Violations sounds real cool. Maybe you can point me in the direction of an artist if I tell you a style I want. Possibly. Human Target has some cool art. Yeah, man, like that's like you can see literally the shelf like above my head is like my like go-to reference books. and that like rotates regularly, but like things I use fairly regularly are basically that shelf, and then I think the other one to the like right of, or I guess left of my head on the screen. Uh, there's quite a bit of random stuff in there, but that has like the first Akira, the first Vagabond, like giant. I don't know if they call them omnibuses in manga or what. It's got the How to Think When You Draw books in there. Just because those have a bunch of like, that's not really my style, but it this it's good reference as just like gets the brain flowing and gives you ideas on building up and composing a scene. Lion Mill Studio. Who is this Death Curse Comics? Because several people to stream from here. Is it a whole team? Just a couple of friends? All of the above. So Kayla, the one who you saw, I think you were in earlier for one of her interviews. Kayla is my editor. She edits the majority of or she edits all of the Death Curse books right now. Yeah, Vagabond's amazing. But yeah, she also does interviews on here and all sorts of other stuff. I am mostly a writer and I kind of run things here. But yeah, we're a small team of friends and some international artists and things. Little collective of comic book creators making stuff together. But I do these little hangout streams every once in a while as well, and then we do draw streams and things like that with guest artists every once in a while. But we're just getting back into the swing of things now. This past weekend for our second chance campaign, Kayla actually gave me this righteous mullet that I have now that has given me my little like baby curls back. Yeah, Vagabond is wow. She is a good interviewer. She's a awesome girl and a great friend. Hell of an editor as well, because that's not just like a proofreading job like a lot of people think it is. It's a whole lot more than that. She kind of has to keep me on track and put up with all my insane ideas and make sense of them and make sure that they tie back around into something cohesive and enjoyable for an audience. Because if it's kind of just like us doing shit, that'll like you can be cool and be really successful, but that's only sustainable for so long. I think you still need some meat on the bones and some point and moral to all of it. That doesn't need to be like a political moral, but just like a good set of values and things and something to attain. Like I talked about it with Hans when I had him on earlier this week, that like superheroes used to be this thing that we put on a pedestal because it was that pinnacle you wanted to strive to be. Even loving it, you knew it was, it's a little bit ridiculous and over the top, but it was an ideal to strive for. And sort of stripping all of that away and making heroes like shitty, flawed people and wildly relatable, it sort of lowers that bar. I also love like grim, dark, flawed heroes, and our heroes definitely have flaws and things like that. And there's always room for those stories, but the fact that it just became the norm for a while, I think burnt out a lot of people, and then that drifted into the like goofy political shitstorm we've found ourselves in. I find myself staring at more human target art. Hail to the mullet, indeed. Yeah, we're just hanging out. We try to have a good time. Normally Kayla would be in here, but I'm sure she has work tomorrow still because it is technically still a weekday. Here's what I want. Sexy Cronenberg. Think like Silent Hill 2. Gross. We can actually... Second Chance and Damages campaign is at $1,601 right now, and 46 backers with 24 days to go. I know Kayla wants it to hit 50 backers by the weekend. We got some more cool stuff to unlock as well. I think 2,500 is what we have for the first stretch goal. Let me get down to it to make damn sure. But that was just going to be announcing the Shelby cover, which we technically already did. 5,000, we've recouped our losses completely, and we're back to square one with the printer issues. If that happens, everyone is getting a campaign exclusive trading card of Hank from City of Rot. 7,500 is we're like way past back on track, and everyone will be getting a trading card of Darcy from City of Rot. And I think, I said if we hit 10,000, we'd unlock the first physical release or physical music release tier. Because that's basically the Damages campaign doing exactly what the original City of Rot campaign did, which would be pretty crazy for us to make the same amount of money on a discounted sale campaign. But we also have some cool variants and things like that. I'm excited to finally be able to show the Shelby variant soon, because Shelby was booked up for a bunch of stuff. He's doing this really cool Thing piece that he's been streaming on his channel for John Carpenter's The Thing. And then once he's finished up with that, he's going to be starting on the Return to Camp Rainbow piece for us. And I told him he could stream that live, but I'm really excited to have that variant and have that art up on the page. And once his art's all done and in, I'll be able to put in the order for the variant proofs, and we'll have a physical copy of the metal variant here, the Virgin variant from Printers, and or the Virgin variant. I read Printers in your comment, Lion Mill. But we'll have the Virgin variant from Vince Rush and Ben Soto. That doesn't have the trade dress or anything. It's just their awesome Grizzly art. And then we'll have the Shelby, what we've been calling the blood foil variant, which I'm pretty sure doing in a white background with blood red foil for all of the line art. And I'm really stoked for that one, because when we found the printer that does that, we were like, oh, hell yeah, that'll be wicked fucking cool. And like we were planning on doing variants in the new year, but our printer completely fucked us, and those boxes back there are the 75% damages that we got of our order. So literally only 25% of the books we ordered weren't damaged, and we got completely fucked. They told us that they were going to reprint our order, and then a week later basically told us to go fuck ourselves on the phone, and if we wanted a reprint that we would have to sue them. So yeah, I'm been calling around to lawyers and everything, trying to find someone that actually has the time to meet with me, dealing with all of that while doing this Second Chance and Damages campaign that helps us get everything back on track. Because Kayla had set up some like in-person events for us to do in October in the Salem, Massachusetts area, where there is a big horror scene during that time, and we'd be able to sell our books. But the majority of them are damaged, so we'll be selling them at a severe discount if we are selling them at all. And right now we're offering them to people at a severe discount through that Second Chance campaign. But yeah, it's been really stupid. Rip to DJ Screw and Relegale, Power Trip. Oh man, what a bummer to come in with, Blast Beat. I was just listening to Power Trip like last night. Megadeth and Power Trip this week for some reason. I don't know what set me off with that. DJ Screw, though, I'll have to get that into the rotation. It's been a long ass time. Curse that syrup. What is up, Benjamin Soto? Good to see you guys. Yeah, We were just talking about you, Ben, and your awesome cover. The thing came out so good. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this with no trade dress, and it's just gonna be you guys looking awesome. It'll have the credits on the inside, and it'll look real fucking cool because Vince did some crazy inks on it, and then Ben knocked it out of the park, and it's a cool mix up. But we got the virgin cover with no trade dress. We got the blood foil variant, and then the metal cover. So it's a little bit of everything. We almost did a holofoil one too, but we were like, we got to chill the fuck out. I'm bummed out everyone during open mic night with a joke about. I bummed out everyone during open mic night with a joke about fentanyl. It just made people sad. Yeah, it's too relevant, I guess. Like open mic night on Alterna, or like just an actual open mic night where you are locally. It's either way, wild, and I probably would have been cackling like a goblin. I just have no self control, man. At Kickbutt Coffee in Austin. Oh, even better. Yeah, I would. I gotta fucking go out to Texas, man. I gotta visit there and just see your wild ass in person. The magnificent beast that is Blast Beat. Metal Movies and Brewskis, what is up? Hail. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm hanging out in my dungeon. I actually printed up the nice little custom page templates for my comics so I can get started sketching things out. Let's go get punched by Joe Rogan. Yeah, we'll just hang out at his comedy club, and I'll stand outside and beg him to like choke me out or like spin kick me for hours on end. Joe, I know you're in there. Come fucking kick my head off. That'd be cool. We go viral for getting our asses beat by like 5 foot tall Joe Rogan outside of his comedy club. It's like, this used to be a draft house. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Just get drunk and go see Joe Rogan. Fuck it. I don't even know if that place is open already. Let's go. That'll be where we befriend Danzig as well. We gotta lure him to Texas with good times, with promises of werewolves. Sounds dope, man. Can't wait to see your art. Yeah, I bet you can. It is. I played there. It's called The Creek in the Cave. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't realize. I thought that was already a club. Did he just buy that? Or I just didn't realize that's what he named his club, because I've heard a bunch of people already talk about that. And you've played there. Music or just like doing comedy? I want to just I want to go there and get bombed. It used to be Red 7. Ah. Yeah, it's been I like read a whole article on how it's like always just sort of been like a cornerstone of that area, and how Joe Rogan had bought it, and a bunch of like liberal dudes were like losing their minds over it. Like it was all of a sudden not going to still be like a cornerstone of the community. Done good there. I've also eaten a bag of dicks. Yeah, that's kind of the nature of that shit in general. Like it was the same thing when I did vocals in a band. We could play the same venue 5 times and do good 3 and make absolutely nothing 2 times. Like sort of an ebb and flow to all that stuff. But yeah, I got the pages printed up for that. It's cool. I did a little. It's got the little logo and it has my name on it, and then I have a little spot where I can keep track of the page numbers. It has a little Death Curse logo on it, and then it has a spot where I can sign the pages afterwards, and uh I'll be doing what's it called? At least pencils. I don't know if I'm gonna hire an inker for the whole thing. I kind of wanted to do it all on my own, and just even if it's a dog shit mess, I'd be like, it's all me and these fucked up hands. Figure drawing, but Rogan is a bleeding heart liberal, according to him. Rogan is just like fried from. I feel like he questions too much and never actually locks in enough information. Rogan is playing both sides of the fence. He's MAGA and woke at the same time, or is he neither? Yeah, it's. I don't really think of that as playing both sides of the fence. It's just being like a sensible human being, and I've said it forever. Like, you can agree with policies, you don't need to agree with the people behind them always. And I am of the camp of you should like never endorse any politicians. Uh, let them play that game on their own. Uh, but that's a whole topic we don't need to get into. But I don't think it's really playing both sides of the fence. It's just being a reasonable person and, being inviting and open to whatever audience or whatever people to talk in an open forum if you're not a dickhead, basically. And even sometimes he's had combative dickheads on before that have been really stupid. You can see my cat back there licking himself. So not a voting. LOL. Yeah, no, don't vote at all, guys. No, you can vote. I just mean like publicly endorsing politicians and shit like that. I always think is cringy. And like it's a thing where, yeah, get out there and vote if you want to, but there's I think in my heart there's a difference between voting and like actually like campaigning for people and doing all that extra work, because time and time again politicians prove that they don't give a shit about the people. So I don't get the people going the extra lengths to get these politicians into office. I love Joe, but he can be real simple sometimes. That's kind of the thing, is that like it's great that he's open and questions things, but it's like you get, at some point, do you ever land on like an absorbing of information that isn't just like a whoa, this is cool mentality? But he seems like a cool dude. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or hate on Joe Rogan. It's just like there's where I used to listen to a lot of his stuff, there's like very few episodes now that I like hear about someone being on and I'm like, oh shit, I need to go check that out. Uh, where like it used to be, I would watch a lot of the like really trippy and out there stuff that he would have on just because it was like weird and interesting. Now a lot of that feels kind of like wildly repetitive, and I tend to watch more of the stuff where it's just like him with like friends and other comedians on and stuff like that. Like, he had Norman on recently, uh, Shane Gillis and dudes like that. Uh, Rogan is committed to this club and building the scene. He could easily only book big names and charge 50 per ticket. Instead, they let me on stage. No, that is really cool. Like, it's rad to see that happening. Joe says simple things, gets backlash, and then falls back to, but I'm just a dumb comedian. It's a good play. It works. I mean, it works for me. I'm not a dumb comedian, though. I'm just a dumb guy. I'm a dumb writer. I'm proof you can be a pretty dumb guy and still be entertaining and write interesting things that people can enjoy. It doesn't take a genius to do quite a lot of things, but it definitely helps to be one. Yeah, no, it's good for him though. That's cool. Like, that he's actually getting people in there, and it's not like a rotating door for his friends. Joe interviewing Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock are my favorites. I don't think I've watched either of those. I know he references Graham a bunch though. I feel like I've definitely heard that name. I don't know why neither of those are ringing a bell right now. Like trying to fucking remember everything I was going to talk about tonight. I just saw something about Batman or Ben Affleck being back as Batman in Aquaman 2. Hancock and Carlson rule. Yeah, I've definitely like heard the names, but they're not like nothing is clicking with me right now. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, that just felt really desperate. Like DC is like really trying to fucking sell that movie with everything going on with Amber Heard and Ezra Miller. They're just like, we gotta get fucking Ben Affleck back in that suit. We need it. Marvel or Disney did that big thing with Marvel and announced a bunch of shit, and none of it was a trailer for Blade. There's nothing cool. I don't remember anything anymore. Fantastic Four, I guess. That's kind of cool. J-Lo should be nominated for Sainthood, Saint Lopez. Is Blast Beat drunk? Shrugs. If you like ancient history, geology, or mysterious past, check out this interviews. Yeah, I'll have to look into them. Ezra Miller is the salt of the earth. Yes, the assault of the earth. J-Lo is so hot that I got Affleck to stop drinking. Miracle number one. That is true. Yeah, she sobered up Batman. That's amazing. We have 24 days left on the campaign. I got to get up the Frankie tiers as well, and we got the bootleg Sabbath shirt is all locked in now. I'm so happy to have the printer set up with that. Get those shirts, guys, because we might be locking them. I know that we said the colorway is locked to the campaign, so we weren't going to do any more of those. Might just do like a line art one later, but yeah, the wizard shit shirt, full wizard. This thing we have a direct to garment printer locked in, and I got a Miracle 3 Gigli. Remember that gay backup dancer J-Lo turned straight? Miracle number 2. Yeah, this shirt is all locked in now, and I'm the printer's doing a proof later this week and then shipping it over to me. And he's not too far away from me, so it should come in fairly quickly. And yeah, we will. Oh, my cat's going crazy again. We will have a physical representation of it on stream to finally show off some of the sketch cards. I got to get the other dude's sketch cards up. Frankie B did some. It's like my cat's going nuts or somebody's breaking in and about to get blasted. Gigli was a curse, not a miracle. Yeah, I gotta get the Matt Barr cards up, Frankie's cards up. We got the signed Darcy posters. People are digging the sketch covers as well. One of the scripts sold. We got the variant pack. And eventually we'll have that Shelby art up down here in the variant gallery, along with a picture of the physical proof. I'm gonna have Beth take a real nice photo of the actual proof of the metal cover to post in the variant gallery, as well as Ben and Vince's cover. My throat is thrashed. But yeah, it's all coming together. We'll should be able to get all of that before the campaign is done with. Weirdos in the capital city. Ryan for the win. It's a miracle it was made. I'll give you that. So much Geely talk. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a weirdo. Yeah, down at old Rogan's house. That's what they should have called it, Rogue House. And it's just like a Joe Rogan Roadhouse themed comedy club. Like the comedians perform behind like a fenced in stage for their protection. And Joe Rogan wears a Patrick Swayze wig, and he fights only with leg kicks and his shirt off. That'd be really cool. Rogue House. It's like him and Shane Gillis and Mark Norman and a bunch of other dudes just like drunk kick fighting. It's not too late. I'll tag Rogue House on the front wall. Yeah, just get bombed and write that. Yeah, can we get that meme going where everybody gets drunk and writes Rogue House on the front of Joe Rogan's comedy club, The Creek in the Cave, because he didn't fucking call it the right name? What a bummer, man. Yeah, Ryan, Rogue House. That would kick ass. Quite literally. Yeah, you think Joe Rogan would go for that? He could open a second one. Rogue House. He's another one of those men made of biceps. He's got muscles, but they're all biceps. Like Rob Liefeld. Face made of biceps. Some people are like, he draws people weird. Like, yeah. Man's made of biceps. You draw what you know. The kickboxing and knife fighting happens in the alley behind the club. Bath salts are awesome. He could go around shooting homeless people everywhere. What? I don't even know what figure drawing is referencing anymore. I know for a fact that Tim Dillon got chased by the homeless while leaving the Vulcan Gas Co. That must not have been a very far chase. Ha ha! This is like, was Patrick Swayze known for shooting homeless people? I'm lost. It's like, I gotta stop reading figure drawings comments, or I'm gonna get us banned on YouTube somehow. Those were just his comedian friends, not homeless. I was like, who was blasting homeless people? It's like, am I just forgetting something completely? It's like Joe Rogan. That's what he does. He puts hobos in sleeper holds in the Austin area. When he's not doing the podcast, Joe Rogan joked about shooting homeless people a couple days ago. Oh man, that's how out of the loop I am. It's a joke though. Like, getting butthurt about jokes is like getting butthurt about comics. The poor desperate comedian thing is not real, not my style, but or the poor desperate comedian thing is real, not my style, but whatever. So I'm reading things too fast. Joking about shooting homeless people is pretty buck wild, though. Holy shit. I gotta punch down as low as I can possibly think of. People who literally are never going to see this. That's pretty amazing. Just gotta refresh this real quick. Sorry, guys. Looking at the campaign page. All right. Yeah, Kayla tonight at the beginning of her interview said we are almost completely fulfilled. That is wrong. We're still waiting on a couple of orders, like I had said, but hobos are the deadliest game. Yeah. What was that Ice-T movie? Surviving the Game? We all know it. More like a week ago or whatever. But if you don't hunt hobos, they hunt you. Yeah, that's what they don't tell you. It's a lot like the wild hog discourse from a couple years ago, guys. Is if you just let the hobos run rampant, eventually they come for your children. Uh, or so the Republicans will tell you. The Republicans. I'm just making myself laugh at this point. This is good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Oppenheimer's trending. I don't know if that means there's a trailer out. That's exciting. Surviving the Game should have been Best Picture. Yeah, right. Wasn't he like homeless because he accidentally like killed his family in a fire or something? I haven't seen that movie in years, but I remember it being insane. And like a dog gets hit by a car at the beginning or something. It's fucking weird. Before they even get into the hunting a homeless guy section of the movie, it's already weird. I think that's like why they pick to hunt him is they're like, hey, his family's gone and he's a hobo. No one will miss him. Some dark shit, man. They should remake that movie, but they remake it with Ice-T again. Fucking Surviving the Game once more. It's a movie where they should have been less plot, don't explain anything, just hunt the homeless. Yeah, just give me a 2-hour movie of that. Oh, I guess the storm's picking up outside. My internet might crash at any moment, guys. Just a heads up. StreamYard is saying I have like no connection. Speaking of hunting, I heard Prey is good. I hope so. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about Prey too, but I'm worried because the horror movie circuit in general tends to be very biased, and it's like you can literally tell at this point like when they're paying people for ads because it's the same like 100 people who give basically the same like middling review to this movie, and they can never articulate what was good about it. But I have been surprised recently by more stuff, so I'm giving it a chance. Like me and Jeff were talking about it, we're both looking forward to it. I dig that it's a period piece setup and everything. I think with the Predator lore and everything, there's plenty to explore there that they just haven't been tapping into and doing anything interesting with. But I'm curious at the very least, so I'm going to be checking it out for sure. Figure drawing. If I got caught in a hobo hunt, I'd hope I could prove I had a mortgage. Yeah, that's the whole thing. They're just like, oh, he has a house. Like, you're free to go. Like, we're sorry. We thought we had a homeless guy on our hands. Now that we know you're a homeowner, we're very sorry, sir. On your way. Like, let us know if you know any homeless. That's what we're into hunting. That's our kink. we don't like hunting honest homeowners. What a great movie. Have you ever seen Driller Killer? Somebody should remake that. Yes, I haven't seen Driller Killer in a really long time, but I think that was one of the ones Rob Zombie tried to pitch like remaking years ago, I thought. Or was that the Toolbox Murders? There's a lot of them. But yeah, I have seen that. It's just been a very long time. I always check out a Predator movie, no matter how bad the previous was. Yeah, I mean, I watched that last one that had like the whole like they had to cut like a pedo out of the movie. That was like a very prominent part of the movie, so it made the plot like very convoluted because key scenes were missing and they didn't reshoot them. And there was like all sorts of issues with it. I still watched that one. It had our boy Thomas Jane in it and a bunch of other people, but kind of just fell flat. Um, Monsters, yeah. Sorry guys if you're fans of that. I was hopeful for Monsters fans because I was like, hey man, he's been talking about that thing for like 20 fucking years. Like, it feels like since I was like a small child, and like I thought, he'll probably, if anybody's gonna do it and do it justice, it'll be that fucking weird dweeb. But here we are. Monsters was a perfect TV show. Gonna be hard even for Rob Zombie to match. And that's kind of the whole thing. Is there's some stuff where you just like don't fuck with it, man. And there's like fans that did exactly what we talked. Me and Jeff, I think, or Ryan might have still been there for that, but we had talked about on the podcast, doing just a black and white cut of it. If it's a movie, doing that as a theater release or whatever. I'm pretty sure it is a movie too. I I know when we originally had heard about it, it was definitely mentioned that it was a TV series, but it seems they have like buried all of the evidence of that now, and that it is just a movie. But I don't know, man. It just kind of seems like a waste of his time at this point. But I guess when it's like a passion project of yours, like I know it'd be hard to deter me if I got a chance to do certain things uh, from my childhood that I would love. Like if someone was ever like hey, we want you to do a new Friday the 13th movie, I would be like, all right, I guess everything's going on hold for a bit. Like, there's a couple of things where I'd be like, fuck yeah, man, like here we go. But it's very few things these days. But that's why I can understand it from his perspective, but I can also understand it from fans' perspective, because from what I saw, even the you gotta think, even if you're not a fan of the monsters, you want some of that stuff to land with like an outside audience that isn't just lovers of the monsters. So I was like watching the trailer, waiting for like any joke to land, and just none of it worked for me. Rob Zombie would ruin a Friday the 13th movie. Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm talking about like if I had my opportunity to do like a dream thing, like it is for him with Monsters. That's like my thing where it'd be, yeah, drop everything. Arnold had machine guns and grenades and barely survived the first Predator movie. How is someone with a tomahawk and bows and arrows going to survive? Well, that's where I'm like, I'm interested to see it, because we mention it. I mean, I mention it a lot, but the original Tremors movie, the reason it's one of my favorite movies is it's one of those movies where you see someone like like crafting and calculating and actually doing things to like survive the day and get through the conflict therein. It's not just like shooting their way out of everything. And that's also what makes the first Predator really interesting. Is the first Predator, like they try conventional warfare like they did with the guerrilla fighters at the beginning of the movie, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't click until, or it doesn't like work until Arnold tries or Dutch tries alternative tactics, like his own sort of guerrilla warfare, and fight like the enemy to take out the Predator. And that's why the movie works, is as like a real points that tap into the overall plot and concept. And if this new one does that, it'll probably be a big hit. It's like, how do you? But that's really interesting to me, and that's the kind of stuff for me as a writer I like to write, because when I come up with an idea like that, I'm like, because that's very similar to Return to Camp Rainbow. We're like, how do we make a, like 110 pound, 115 pound woman believably stand up against this like monstrous slasher that's supposed to be like our Jason Voorhees? And if you want to do it right, you have to like really genuinely spend the time on that and work it out, and not just be like she's a strong independent woman. You need to like figure out real ways to demonstrate that. That scene in Predator where they mow down the jungle is definitely iconic. Yeah, and it's like it's fucking great, and it hooks you and everything, and the turbo masculinity is excellent, and I fucking love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. But so I'm saying like it that's all those building blocks to show you, you know, they're trying the standard warfare tactics that they know to implement, and they know that works on a conventional enemy, and it falls apart for them, and it ends up being their undoing. And it's only Dutch that realizes in the end that you can't take it on with a gun or whatever. You got to be a little bit more tactical than that. Uh, but yeah, it's fantastic. Turbo Masculine, the movie, hell yeah. Uh, that's like the Canon Films documentary, Electric Boogaloo, a fantastic documentary. If you guys haven't seen it already, I think it might still be on Netflix. But yeah, that's why I'm always curious to see a new Predator movie. I loved Predators, and people fucking hated that movie, and we rant and rave about it all the time, and how Adrian Brody got absolutely fucking gigantic for that movie, and people still hated on him. Yeah, mud was Dutch's best weapon. That's that thing though of like it's like the game crafting and things like you're doing tangible things to overcome the odds, and it's not just like, oh, and then he found a big bazooka and blew up the boss and it was all over. uh like uh it's like more of that. It's almost like how Michael Mann shows the like he's known for the procedural aspects of film, and it's not like police procedural, it's like criminal procedural, and you see that underbelly and all the nuanced details of, like in Thief, you'll literally like just watch a guy crack a safe for an ungodly amount of time. uh but I love those movies where you see that kind of stuff, and you actually see the nature of the victory. It's shown to you, it's not told to you. The original Van Damme Predator suit was wild. Yeah, didn't they just finally do, I don't know if it was Avatar or what, somebody did like a comic book of that, I'm pretty sure, with the praying mantis design. uh Real goofy design, but it is still cool. I think it was like Avatar. I don't know if that ever ended up coming out. I heard so much about it, and then it like disappeared. I think they did the original Predator, and then I think they had like the Alien script or something like that. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh, Dark Horse did it for 20th Century Fox Uncovered. Predator, the original screenplay. Yeah, and they didn't do like, it's not actually drawn like that original design either, and I don't know if this actually came out or not. James E. Thomas, John C. Thomas, Jeremy Barlow, Patrick Blaine, those all sound like made up people. That's insane. None of these people are real. Yeah, I don't know if this book is real. This was announced in 2020. Did this come out? This is insane. I can't find out if this actually came out or not. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Stan Winston was the man. Yeah, I still have that subscription. I got to go back and watch some more of that. I have my girlfriend for my birthday last year got me the digital subscription to Stan Winston's effects school online, where you can just learn how to make masks and all sorts of stuff. So I was touching up on a bunch of shit I taught myself how to do in like middle school and high school, but it's been a shitload of fun, and that's where I've learned a bunch about fabricating bodysuits and stuff like that. Chris Warner used to draw the best Predator for Dark Horse, Aliens too. Yeah, the old Dark Horse stuff kicked ass. There was a boardwalk I went to in Jersey when I was a kid, uh, that did for like 100 tickets. They did these 5 comic bundles. And it was like Transformers comics, Aliens comics, or Aliens vs Predator comics, and Predator comics. And then like every once in a while you'd get like a Marvel or a DC book thrown in, and I think they thought that was like, oh, you got lucky and you got one of the good books, but like we thought like Transformers, Predator, and Alien was like the cool shit, so we were like, whatever. And then you'd get copies of the Nam every once in a while was the one where we were like, fuck yeah, like. But yeah, for 100 tickets at this arcade, you would get one of these bundles, and I used to get a ton of those fucking old newsprint AVP books. I should pick up the omnibuses and stuff because there's at the very least, a huge nostalgia factor for all that old stuff. Ooh. Oh, damn. Archie versus the Predator, too. I hate everything. Son of bitch. Yeah, man. Adrian Brody. Dude got fucking gigantic for that movie for no reason. Joe Weems actually draws some of the best Predator commissions. He spent years perfecting their facial anatomy and mask. Fucking Carrie Nord's Conan can't be beat. Dark Horse. Kayla says that that new company, what is it, like Blaze Comics or something? I think they have like a weird name. Uh, that does the oh god, I cannot remember the name of it now. It's not Conan the Barbarian though. Cimmerillion or something like that. I really shouldn't have been drinking tonight. Uh, it's not a big publisher though. She said it's newer though, and she's been reading that. She says it's like the best iteration of Conan ever. The art's evidently really good, but I heard the story is like as close to Howard's like original books as it's ever been in comics. Again, I'm not a huge like sword and sorcery or fantasy guy, but Kayla is a fucking nutcase for that stuff, and she's been ranting and raving about it. Dan Abnett returns for Alien vs. Predator Life and Death miniseries. Ahab Predator. More like Gayhab Predator, because he's kissing him. He's looking for good boys to. Yeah, did I say the Cimmerillion? Isn't that the Lord of the Rings thing? I'm just blurring all this fantasy shit together now. That makes, yes, more sense, guys. Sorry, I was drinking while Kayla was doing her interview tonight. I'm still drinking. And again, I'm not the fantasy guy at all. That's Jeff and Kayla for that. I've lost my train of thought on Predator again, but I do need to grab some of the old Dark Horse stuff. Some of the shit I've never seen before. I don't know if this is fan stuff or what. I got that. I think it's the Simonson Alien stuff. I got that hardcover at that used bookstore recently as well. I showed that off on stream. Google what I said. Google Joe Weems Predator. I can do that. Do that for you. This sucks. No. It does the helmet really well too. Which is like yeah, see, he knows to actually too many people just try to like exactly replicate the head. Like I feel like so many people see it and try to almost do like as close to like a photorealistic rendition in their style, if that makes any sense. But he actually breaks it up into like proper shapes and shit. Uh and like makes it look like this one was cool as hell. Actually makes it look dynamic and understands. This one was really good too. That side shot of it. Like understanding the mandibles and everything. Oh shit. Getting into the good old days, boys. The shit that set me on my path to Voidwalker. This was a setup by Ryan. Fucking hunter killer and shit. Get me out of here. That's pretty dope. For a Marvel cover. One of those is Joe Johnson. I've been wanting to check those out. There's a store nearby me that sells buy 2 trades, hardcovers, get 1 free. There's smearing hardcovers, that's so far. Yeah, I didn't even know there was that many of them out yet, but yeah, she has been like hounding me about getting them because she's like, if you read these and you don't like fantasy and you don't like them, like you will hate that. Whoa. That's not Weems, right? Who the fuck is that? What is that signature? Who the shit are you? Oh, that's Sam Keith. I was like, why can't I see? Dude, I can't even fucking see straight anymore. That's great. Yeah, it's Sam Keith. I was like, why can't I fucking read that? I wish I could make that bigger. Hang on a second. There we go. Hang on. I'm gonna share it on a new screen. I was like, I know that art style, and it's like not clicking with me at all. I probably shouldn't have drank tonight again, but is that better? There we go. I don't know if that was gonna make it any bigger. Oh shit! Yeah, that rocks though. It looks too like. Oh no, that's a paste up. I thought at first he might have fucking done that logo himself. I was like, why the fuck would you even bother? He inks like I ink, which makes me not feel as bad. Woo! Never saw that cover. What a rad predator. Yeah, I've never seen that either. Pretty fucking cool. So also, you can like see Batman's claws coming in here, Predator's arm behind there a little bit. He's still got the like fishnet detail in the back there. It really does. It looks like he like inks with. I mean, that's got to be a nib, but it looks like the rustiest fucking nib in the world. Holy shit! And then sometimes like a micron or like a ballpoint pen. That's insane. Yeah, look at them. None of them lines are consistent. You gotta love it. Keith. A lot easier to see that signature there. All zoomed in. I just need to get as cool as Sam Keith. That's no problem. That'll be easy. No big deal. Only one of the coolest artists of all time. Yeah, that fucking rocks. Uh, what else do we got here? Is this who I think it is? Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Never mind. What was it? Travis? Is it Charest or Charay? I never knew how he actually pronounced his name. Is it the French way? Uh, but yeah, uh, his Wildcats stuff. That made me think of that for some reason. I'm gonna wrap it up though. I've been going for an hour and a half. I said I was gonna do a short one tonight. I bet Wayshak does an awesome Predator. He's another one I was looking at a little bit today. Him and Jock for just like messy, weird graphic styles. Because if I'm gonna do outstanding violations myself, I kind of want to mess around with that, where it's more about like actually getting pages finished and conveying the storytelling without getting too hung up on like perfect perspective and all these things. Going with something a little more stylized and weird potentially, just to save myself some time and actually be able to get it done. Sam Keith and stuff like that too. I've been looking at stylized stuff. Jim Food. Uh, Sam Keith was some of it. It's way tighter, but guys like James Herron and Daniel Warren Johnson, I really like too, where they incorporate a lot of sensibilities of anime and manga and stuff like that, and simplifies certain things and drop out stuff to focus more effort in on other things. Daniel Warren Johnson, it's more like putting more of the effort into overall composition and everything going on, kind of like Kevin, and just fucking packing a scene with cool shit. But it varies. But yeah, looking at all sorts of stuff like that, and I need to soak it all in and figure out what the fuck I'm doing, and then start cranking on this cover. I guess I'll show that the printed pages real quick, and then we'll call it a night. So I'll be able to start on a cover sketch soon. Work out that idea that I was talking about earlier. Get that all sketched out and things, and then start light boxing it onto a final board. We got it right here. A little outstanding violations custom board. So I'll be able to start drawing them on there. On real Bristol board and getting all messy and stupid. I basically just got to draw a bunch of sick snuff film weirdos on there for that cover. So excited to do that and get going on that weird fucking book. My Bendis book, where there'll be lots of talking and weird shit going on, but it will also be equally violent and over the top in brief spurts. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, dudes, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.